let's talk about male birth control, because I didn't want to make the show about slapping. I've seen a lot of stuff that's popped by my way in the last couple of years on male contraception. And it's interesting because there's only really two forms of male contraception for men. We've got condoms and we've got vasectomies, arguably the pull-out method as well. For women, some say there's 30 methods. I've heard a dozen. There's more than 10 for sure. There's way more than 10. Between all the female hormonal contraceptions, the pills, the IUDs, the copper IUD, the hormonal IUD, the sponges, the rings, the female condoms, they've got all these different methods. And now they're talking about throwing these options out there at guys. And at glance, it seems like a great idea. I mean, like what guy, especially when we talk about in the red flag chapter to be in control of birth and not trust that she's on birth control, because we've seen women forget. We've also seen women lie about being on birth control and guys being on the hook. I mean, we know that when the sperm leaves your nutsack, you have no decision-making capacity whatsoever. Whatever she says goes. And if she says, I need you to pay for the next 20 years for this, you're on the hook, whether you want it or not. So the concept's a great idea. I think a lot of guys would welcome it. Given the fact that you only really have 3 choices right now, all of which aren't particularly great in any regard. I hear a lot of guys will say, "Oh, just get a vasectomy, this, that, and the other thing." And I've talked to a few of my friends that have had them, and while they won't generally publicly admit that, it feels different, it does. A lot of guys are just like, yeah, it's not the same, but yeah, it's effective. Some say it's reversible. Some say, it doesn't really work out that way. There's also some studies that suggest that vasectomies have some consequences later on down the road, with other health concerns for guys. So yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want male contraceptive that's safe and effective beyond condoms, vasectomies, or just pulling out? So this is what we have today. We have essentially 2 pill options and an injection option, which I'm going to share with you. So let's talk about I'll save the injection option for last, because that involves injecting into your nutsack, which, I mean, like you guys tell me in the comments when I get to that. But hormonal for guys versus what's essentially a vitamin A compound, right? Let me throw this up here on the screen. So should we talk hormonal first? Let's deal with the hormonal part. So share screen window here. I don't know why these freaking sites have to do this where they have these giant banners all the time. Let's see if I can zoom in and push it out of the way. It doesn't really work. Anyway, so this is a couple here that participated in the hormonal study, and it's essentially a progestin and testosterone combo. In this case, it was a cream. You can see this nerd over here has this bottle in his hand. And what he had to do for the trial was, I don't know if he squirts it in his hand or if he just squirts it on his chest, but he basically squirted it from his chest across to his shoulder. You have to let it absorb in after the shower, and then you can put on your clothes and proceed with your day. Now, it's not as simple as that. There's some residue that's left on your skin. So apparently you can't actually get intimate unless you have a shower before you do so. Otherwise, the hormones will come off your skin onto hers, and it can absorb into her body. And she's essentially taking the same drugs that you are. So there's some delivery issues with it. It doesn't seem like they do it in pill form, because it's a progestin, which is essentially what women take for birth control, by the way. It's what'll castrate men. And then they have to top it up with testosterone. And anybody that knows anything about testosterone and anabolics knows that if you take a pill that has testosterone in it, it has to pass through your liver, and there's some level of toxicity to your organs, more so to your liver. So you don't want that, especially on a long-term basis. I mean, you can't be taking a pill that's slowly dissolving your liver, right? So they make it in a cream format, it seems, or like a gel format. It's probably compounded. You spread it on your chest and your shoulders. You wait till it absorbs, and that's basically it. The problem with it, though, is it has a 10% response rate that doesn't work out. Reversible. Sounds so simple. Hormonal contraceptive. Where's the bit on his feedback on it? Okay, so for side effects, Ed, who was a participant, says, I do occasionally get hot flashes and night sweats. That doesn't sound like a good thing. And he's gained 7 pounds. That's what you're going to get with progestin. You're going to get a little bloated. You're going to put on some weight, and you're going to have some issues with that. The testosterone is designed to counter that because it shuts down your body's production, so your nutsack doesn't make sperm, and then the testosterone needs to. It's basically TRT. It's basically testosterone therapy with some significant downsides. As for emotional fragility, Ed is taken to his mood changes like a duck to water. Anyway, so it doesn't seem like it was that great of a deal. Some of the side effects, which I actually mentioned in the chapter in my book when it came to a male birth control pill, is it essentially castrates guys and it turns them into soy boys. Now, if they don't get the ratio right with the progesterone and the testosterone, a lot of the guys in the studies had experienced, not a lot, but a fair significant portion of the guys in the studies suffered some side effects, which included lack of libido, lack of sex drive, erection quality, lack of interest in sex. Which, like, what's the point in taking a male contraceptive if you can't still enjoy it, right? Like, what's the point? So that really hasn't been working out that well. I found a video, which I should throw up in a screen, actually. Stop screen. We'll close that one. Let me grab this here. So this is a video, and this dude I like. He's really good at distilling concepts when it comes to stuff like this, and I'm going to save you the 24-minute video. Derek from More Plates, More Dates basically sums it up over here. Just listen to this bit.
In general, I don't think it's a good idea personally. Like, you're basically putting yourself on TRT to use the progestin. You know, that's exactly what you're doing. So if you don't want to be on TRT, like, don't use it again.
So, you know, sum it up, says it's a stupid idea. From what I've seen with the studies that I've read in the different articles, it's not reasonable. So, I mean, you want to take that and turn it into soy boy, have fun with it. There's another option with a non-hormonal component, which basically is designed to block vitamin A in your nutsack. And I've queued up a video here that I found on TED Talks, where this dude is talking about how a male contraceptive pill could work. So it should be queued up. Let's just play this. And here we go. Like, just playback speed a little faster. Boom.
To block the function of vitamin A in the testis. Why?
Let me back it up a tiny bit here because it queued up the wrong spot.
Involve the administration of hormones. Specifically, we are looking to block the function of vitamin A in the testis. Why? Well, for over 90 years, it's been known that you need vitamin A to make sperm. Animals who are deprived of vitamin A in their diet stop making sperm and restart making sperm again when the
So this is not hormonal. This is designed to block an enzyme that basically tells your nutsack to make sperm. And if the medical community can trick the hormonal cycle to not recognizing vitamin A in the nutsack, then your nutsack doesn't make sperm. Seems like a good idea, but just listen to this bit here.
vitamin A is reintroduced. The vitamin A that we ingest is converted by a family of enzymes to something called retinoic acid. One of these enzymes is found only in the testis. It's this enzyme that we are attempting to block. Blockade of this enzyme should deprive the testis of retinoic acid and stop sperm production without affecting vitamin A's functions elsewhere.
So they're saying that it should stop sperm production without affecting vitamin A in the rest of your body. You need vitamin A for normal functions. I mean, if they can't get this right and you've got issues with your organs using vitamin A, your skin, your brain, and all that sort of stuff, you could run into some serious issues. Now, I would imagine they wouldn't put it out if there was some downstream effects there. But this idea is far better than the hormonal option. And it looks like, from what I gathered, there was a whole bunch of articles that were put out in the last 3 days talking about studies moving from animals to humans now. So you may have a male non-hormonal birth control pill that you can use in the coming years. The other option, which is just, I don't know who would go for this one. Let me take this out of stream. And let's see here. Scientists are boom, boom, boom. Here we go. So let me share the screen. I've got a little bit more information on this one. So this proposed contraceptive, let me just zoom this in a little bit more so you guys can see it. The proposed contraceptive is a product of researchers at the University of Minnesota. It says it works by targeting how our bodies interact with vitamin A, known as the essential in fertility in mammals. Diets deficient in vitamin A have been linked to sterility. For instance, after a lengthy search, they found an experimental compound that blocks a protein responsible for binding to a form of vitamin A in our cells, known as retinoic acid receptor alpha, RARA. That's a cool name, RARA. Anyway, receptor blocking. Okay, so this is another follow-up article to that. The other one, which is the injectable gel, and this is this company over here. It's called Contraline. What if a male contraceptive gave you peace of mind? So let me pull this out of the screen so I can get a visual of what the vas deferens is, where it is, so you guys understand. Vas deferens. Remember this from sex ed in school. The vas deferens is a long muscular tube that travels from to behind the bladder. Wow. Okay. So it's a long ass tube that goes from your nutsack and connects to where you deliver, the good stuff, the boys, right? For a visual, let me put it up on the screen here. That's a long tube. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they would have to essentially inject. This is the medical company here talking about. It's called Atom trademark. They've trademarked the word atom for this. The vas deferens is a pair of tubes that transport sperm atom. Is a hydrogel that is inserted inside through a quick injection. Now, I don't know about you, but you couldn't pay me enough money to go to a doctor. I don't know what the injection frequency would be. 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. I can't see a dam lasting that long. I mean, it's essentially they're damming the tube, right? And they're going to have to put a needle through your nutsack. I mean, I would assume with local anesthetic, but still a needle through your nutsack into a tube to basically clog it up with this atom gel. Would you there it is right there. So there's a visual representation. So it's effective 99.99 whatever percent at creating a barrier to stop the sperm from reaching where it needs to go. But those are your options, guys. I mean, if you don't want to deal, I mean, this is basically a chemical vasectomy, only temporary, that you have to continue to get injections on. Condoms are pulling out. Those are your options. Women have 10, 20, 30 options. I don't know. They've got a whole bunch more, but those are your options. Would you guys do it? It ain't for me, dude. I'm not going to a doctor to stick a pin in my nutsack every few months. It just doesn't add up. Set it and forget it. Non-hormonal, quick, easy checkup. That is not a quick, easy checkup. You're going to have to go in. They're going to shave your nutsack. You're going to have to local anesthetic, clean it up, inject. You're going to have to deal with icing it. You probably got a day of soreness and pain after that. I can't see that being quick and easy. Set it and forget it for how long? The gel is designed to last at least a year. Wow. You're going to go in there once a year. Okay. Does not affect hormones. Procedure is simple and quick. The gel may be imaged in a monitor with an ultrasound, so should be effective. Okay, so it's a once a year injection. Here's Brad from Boston. Brad says, my wife Lisa has been taking the pill for 12 years and hates it. I've looked for alternative, but nothing appealing exists. I'd like something that's reliable and feels natural. Lisa, 27, also from Boston, says, Brad and I want to start a family, but we're not ready yet. We'd like a temporary solution, but I'm tired of the hormones. I'm excited about the promise of a new male contraceptive. Well, Brad, go on in and get your nutsack gelled up. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line. Pinned in the top comment below of this video in the comments, there's a link to the unpluggedalpha.com/shop. When you click through, you'll be able to land over here, and the entire lineup is broken down by category that it performs best in: estrogen metabolism, fat burning, your foundational essentials for health, immune health, performance, and testosterone support. If you check out with coupon code ALPHA10, you'll get 10% off on your first order. There's also the option to use the subscribe and save model, where regular shipments will be sent over to you on a regular basis, and that gives you a little bit of a discount, and your supplement facts are always broken down over here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And again, check out that link. It's pinned in the top comment below in this video. Peace out.